Hey, welcome back, guys. We're back for some more Sengoku Rance gameplay, and just I think the last video segment featured me beating the last battle of Tokugawa, and we skipped the H scene that I mentioned, and after that H scene, the Senhime princess that Rance just recently raped is now available for recruitment for whatever damn reason. This game isn't the most logical in terms of like human reasoning and logic, but whatever, we'll ignore that, kind of leave that under the rug, so to speak. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and recruit Senhime. She's a very good commander, and she can definitely, she's a very useful one, because her passive skill is, well, not her passive skill, her defensive skill is all guard, and that basically allows you to guard all enemy or all allied units on the field whenever you're battling, whenever you're in a battle, so that she's very useful. So we'll go ahead and recruit her. Click on this recruitment event, and of course Rance will go up to her and ask her for more sex, because that's what he is and that's what he does. But anyways, do note that this recruitment event does require she requires 5 free what's it called? The national power. The national supply, you must have 5 spare. I think you can get away with like having 3, but if you have less than 3, this recruitment event will not pop up. It will stay around though for the duration of the game until you actually select it. It's just that you need to have at least 3 national power in order to be able to choose her recruitment event. So we're going to go ahead and recruit her, and we're going to go check out how much troops she has. 600 to 42. It's actually pretty good. It's actually a pretty good number, because if you keep selecting her recruitment event via like reloading your last save slot, then you can actually kind of modify how many troops she gets. I think the game is on like a random number generator, so the lowest I've seen her get is like 300 troops, and the highest I've ever seen her get was like 800. So that kind of shows you how wide the range is for her like kind of troop count kind of thing. But anyways, we're gonna rearrange our troops again, because I'm just OCD like that. And I'm just gonna rearrange our little troops here, and we should be good to go after this. Hell yeah. And yes, save commanders. We're gonna save it up here. And do note that about Senhime, she is a very good commander. She's got very good stats, and her intel stat is what you want to buff first, because as I've mentioned before in the beginning of this series, for foot soldiers, their intelligence stat is pretty much their most important stat, or one of their most important stats aside from defense. And possibly speed, but that's arguable. But her intelligence is at a meager 5, and you want to buff that up as much as you can, preferably up to 9 if you can, because her defensive skill, All Guard, while it is very useful, the downside to it is that it only increases at a rate of 10% times your intelligence stats. So every time she uses All Guard, her guard rate only increases by 50%, whereas even Maeda, who has 4 intelligence, 1 less than Senhime, can guard at a rate of 80% every time he uses his allied guard instead of all guard. So it is in your best interest to try to buff Senhime's intelligence stat to max if you can. And that aside, also another thing about Senhime that I need to cover before we get on to the next turn is that Senhime, if you do not let her attack, or if you do not pit her in a battle, it can be a solo commander battle, it can be an army battle, whatever it is, if you do not let her participate in the battle for 3 turns, she will automatically leave your army. So do make sure to regularly use her in battle, otherwise she's going to just leave your army and you'll have no way of getting her again. And the only way to avert that is to buff her affection up to love, and that way you can ensure that she never leaves your army again, because she's in love with Rance and whatnot. So we're going to end this turn, and naturally Takeda will be attacking us. I don't know if I should go out and attack, but I mean, we'll see how it goes. We're going to give Suzume some more troops, because if we don't, she's going to get ass kicked. She's going to get her ass kicked really badly. So we're going to give her about 100 more troops, and we're going to also send out Yamaga. Actually, we're going to buff her affection a little bit. and we're gonna give her one of these. And the reason why I'm not buffing her affection meter to full is because of the fact that there's one event that you need to choose, that if you were to buff her affection meter up to full, then that kind of event will not let her affection meter go up to trust, which is what you want. You'll see what I mean, hopefully, once we actually get on with her events. But anyways, we're going to send her out. Next turn, we can hopefully remember to give her her very special whirlwind shot attack, and you'll see what I mean by that in just a bit. And boy, I kind of don't want to send out Akechi, but it's got to be done. We're going to put Rizna over here, because at least Rizna's unit is able to deal counterattack damage, and that cavalry unit is going to deal some serious damage. And we have no, we don't have any guard units, so we're kind of fucked. Unless, of course, they all attack Suzume, which is kind of good. We're going to go ahead and assassinate this cavalry commander if we can. Hell yeah, worked. So we don't have to worry about the cavalry commander too much anymore. We can take out this ninja unit as well. Damn it, 5 troops, fuck. Luckily, they're attacking Suzume, because Suzume not only has pretty good defense to begin with, but she also has the item that I put on her, made her hold, called the it's like a ninja mask, where it's an item that's specifically meant for ninja units to use only, and it basically lets ninja units, whoever's equipping it at the moment, to suffer half the damage that they would usually suffer if they didn't have the item. So it's very useful. So this battle is going on a lot smoother than I had planned, definitely. And we're gonna go ahead and attack this guard unit, even though it's not probably the most effective use of our whatchamacallit, our attacks. Takuan-sama is about to die. I can't let him die just yet, because I still need him for the recruitment with one of the monk commanders that I need to recruit soon. So hopefully they don't annihilate Takuan-sama before then. Oh shit. Well, I don't know. He probably won't be able to survive if he does suffer another attack. Probably, maybe he will. I don't know. I'm just trying to keep him alive at this moment. Yeah, that Yuki that Yuki girl is really hell bent on trying to take out Takuan-sama, but well, he still survived, so that's all I care about. We did manage to avert a attack by Takeda with all our shittiest troops, for lack of a better term. So we got through. We're basically seeing what all those other countries are doing. And then here is a pre-turn event where Nobunaga goes to Hannouji, which is in this game it's a kind of like a resort for the Owari royalty. And in real history in Sengoku Japan, Hannouji is very significant, because this is where Hannouji is the name of the place where Nobunaga was assassinated. If you guys do not know much about Japanese Sengoku era Japanese history, then Oda Nobunaga in Sengoku Japan was assassinated in a place called Hannouji, and this game basically parodies, well, not really parodies, but it does imitate that. So basically, Hannouji is the place where Nobunaga is at right now, and basically the Xavier demon inside him basically forced him to do that, and he is secluding himself so that he can kind of gather his power, restore his power, and then wait for his other apostles, like the Rengoku guy, to come along and help him regain his original power back. So now we're going to save it up again here, because saving is very important. Now, here's the thing. We could try to attack the Miko Institute and or the Asakura family. What you want to do at this point in time, or what I plan on doing at this point in time, is the what is this called? The Tenshi sect. The Tenshi sect will declare war on us by turn 20. So it is in your best kind of opportunities to try to conquer as many territories as you can. However, you should not attack countries and take over countries that have the gourds in them. If you press F5, you can see the countries that have the gourd that hold such gourds. Basically, Oda is gone, and Ashikaga will be soon gone because I have conquered them, and every time you conquer a country that contains or holds one of these gourds, Oda Nobunaga's demon, the Xavier guy, will send out someone to break the gourds and thus, or retrieve the gourds, and then so that he can break them open and regain part of his power back. And this game, I will tell you that if you let more than 5 gourds break, then all hell will go loose. So now we are going to start off by declaring war on the Miko Institute because their faction leader is a very, very good commander. She's one of the best commanders in this game because of her secondary attack. And yeah, her kind of the events that you need to do in order to be able to declare war on them is kind of on the iffy side. So when we come back, we're going to select all these events, and so that we can actually declare war on them. And the disadvantage of that is that they all take up an action flag. So by the time we come back, you'll see that all my action flags are pretty much gone. So when we come back, we're going to try to declare war on the Miko Institute and hopefully capture them in the next episode.